What's happening, people? Welcome to the United Stand, and the boys are back,
We're
baby.
back, baby. Back with a bang, mate.
New season.
Back with a bang.
Show them again.
Back with a bang.
Sorry, what's going on?
Back with a bang. We win the league.
Aye,
what I mean?
not you as well, man. Come on, man.
Listen, you know I'm the guy who brings about the reality check, right? Saeed, I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna see that.
I know everyone's getting gassed off that 4-0.
Gassed,
Obviously,
baby.
it was a good result, but come on, man. We've got to stay grounded.
We'll take it, but it was one of the craziest games where it was never a 4-0 game.
And remember, we didn't play very well the first half. So
We were on toast, mate. Even in the second half, they started better.
exactly.
I checked the tweet out. I was like, the stadium is tense. The players are feeling the nerves. We need another goal, and then 5 minutes later, boom, he scores, doesn't he?
And one thing everyone was happy about, even you, Said, when we talked, because you weren't there, so we texted. The thing that everyone was happy about is that we were clinical. We had 5 shots on target, 4 goals. That's all you need. That's all you need. You can play well, you can play bad. And I said, I will take it if we play bad the whole season, but we were clinical. Do you know what I mean?
It's 4-0 FC back now.
I wouldn't say that, but
I won't say that. After we had that 4-0, we just went downhill after that. But like I said, if you've got a strong defender, strong defence, and you've got a magician in the midfield, anything is possible.
Yeah.
And we all know who that is. Pogba.
and he's the big topic of this show, man. Paul Pogba.
Let's get into it.
So obviously, you guys know what happened. In June, he came out, made those comments, wants a new challenge. That everyone's talked about it already.
He wanted him
Now, I mean, everyone did, because when he made those comments, I'm a big Pogba fan, man. But I said it's best for the two parties, both the club and himself,
of course, man.
for him to move on.
Listen,
But then he came into pre-season, got his head down, focused, worked, trained, played, and we've never heard anything from him again, from his side. Obviously, we've heard things from Raiola and stuff, but we've never heard anything from him again. Now, do you think he's irreplaceable? How important is he for us this season?
Let me tell you something, right? So this is even the last 2 seasons. He's been a critical part of our team, right? Now, without Herrera, he's stuck in terms of importance in our team. Has even gone to levels. If that's what I'm saying, we have to touch wood. If he was to get injured,
We're in trouble.
we are in serious trouble. Another thing we have to understand is that
Said saying mid-table.
I'll be real, man. Mid-table team, man. No disrespect to other players, yeah? Mid-table team, mate. I'm telling you.
You know what? Obviously now maybe our defence is strong and we might be able to just try to win 1-0, get 1-0s and try to maybe finish 6th or 7th. But just to add to what I was saying, ask yourself if you're Paul Pogba. You've got the Woodward and Glazers. They're spending on net. What's the last season spend? The season before that, they're not splashing the cash and bringing the club. There's no vision. There's no structure. I know I'm the old guy here, man. I'm always talking about that like a broken record.
But you're right.
But
That's the thing.
If that's not happening, there's no vision. Why would you want to stick around? Footballers' career is limited. If Real Madrid won you're guaranteed challenging Champions League and the league over there, and you're going to be managed by one of the legends of French football. Why would you not want to go? So ask yourself. Put aside that the fact that you're a United fan and you love United, you wouldn't want to stay. Look what Rooney did. Rooney threatened to go to City. Then the Glazers had to spend money for him to stay,
again,
give him a bigger contract, and then buy the right place so we can challenge. Yeah. You know, that became the catalyst. Everybody's check it out.
So, what's your take on Paul Pogba, and how important is he going to be for us this season? And I think you can agree on what Nordin just said. If he gets injured or suspended
I don't want
due to accumulation of yellow cards or even a red card, we are in serious trouble.
Listen, we're in serious trouble. Like I said, man, mid-table team we are. If we lose Paul Pogba, yeah, due to injury or suspension, even suspension, man, we can't even afford it for 2 games.
I mean, we've seen it last season when he was suspended against PSG in the second leg. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. You know what I mean? But for me, yeah, then you having Mr. Lamppost and then McTominay. That don't work out. You see what happened in the Cardiff game.
Yeah.
If you want to see a game where the way the midfield was so transparent and it was just literally just basic, you got to look at the Cardiff game. There was no rhythm. There was no attacking rhythm. There was no
the AC Milan game.
Sorry, the AC Milan game. Yeah, there was no person to grist the ball and just pass it through the lines.
Yeah.
That's what Paul Pogba does.
Yeah.
That's like a goal, yeah, for Rashford. That is from what's it called, the eye of a needle pass. That was, for me, majestic.
Yeah.
Only Pogba and them kind of caliber players see that.
I mean, put that back spin on it, so just
the
drops.
perfect
So
spin,
that back
perfect
spin on it,
pace
so
on the
that
ball.
when they touched it, it stayed touched.
Exactly.
It's there, and the finish then. And you can see the different finishes now. You can see that Ollie's doing bits in the training ground with Rashford. You can see Rashford's finishing now since Ollie's come, totally different to what they were. Do you know what I mean? Before Ollie was there, sometimes he used to rush at it. Now it's calmness. Even though he can hear and feel Aspilicueta,
You've got to say
he's
he's
there,
got to stay calm.
composed, dead, like just cool, as calm as you get and finish it. We were celebrating. I was telling him in the stadium, we were all going mad celebrating the Martial goal. And then we were just like, what? And then just the mad atmosphere.
Now
man.
you've got a player now that the other teams are going to be feared of. If you just look at that midfield without Pogba, they're going to be like, you know what, we'll run around that. That AC Milan game, you had Suso, Biglio, who's 34 and aging.
They ran that midfield, yeah.
McTominay didn't know where he was. He looked like an average midfielder. You got people chasing shadows. Matic's just chasing shadows. The press, you know what I mean? But now you've got a player in Pogba that's willing to drive. That drive for me was
for the last goal. Yeah, that was amazing.
Unbelievable drive.
And I've said it as well. Like I was speaking to Rans after the game. I said, Pogba's not the quickest, but
And
when
his
he starts
foot play plays
running
out.
and he starts opening them legs, like, that's
foot
that
play
that's
plays
that
out.
Vieira run. Do you know what I mean?
Bro. And he was doing that. What was that? Like that's the 90th minute. But to me, the crazy thing about the AC Milan game, the reason why they dominated so much because they played 4 narrow in midfield. And the 2 out guys are almost like number 10s as well. So that's the why they were like just we were chasing shadows.
Yeah.
But to me, what's shocking is that the hierarchy of our club seeing that with their own eyes, how much that we got absolutely bossed by
They
AC
still
Milan.
didn't do anything.
And we had a week and a half left of the transfer, right?
Yeah.
To the deadline day, they still didn't. They sat there, did nothing. So the idea is that why has Pogba become so important, so vital to our team? This is the guy who realistically wants to leave us. We are basically keeping him in prison, man. Soon Real Madrid fans might start doing posters saying free Pogba. I'm telling you. And you know what? And I wouldn't fault them if they were to do that.
Yeah.
But it's because we've let Herrera go. How can a team regress in midfield? We've not replaced Fellaini. We didn't replace Herrera. That's the biggest shocking thing for me. Knowing that Pogba is unsettled and wants to leave, you don't replace Herrera. Bruno Fernandes is there to be got. Get him.
And reports came out yesterday that apparently the reason why we didn't get Bruno Fernandes is because he loses possession too many times in midfield. And I was like, what? This is nonsense, man. Just say you didn't want to spend the money. Obviously, they're never going to say it, but this to me just sounded like we had the money, but we didn't want to pay another 10 mil extra.
You know, I'm going to use his word, right? Dilly-dally. How many times in the Chelsea game, how many times did you see players dilly-dallying anywhere around the edge of the area? Bruno Fernandes, 35 yards out, 25 yards out.
Takes a shot.
Bang.
Takes a shot.
We need a player. I don't care about his possession. We're not going to be a possession team
Exactly.
anyway.
We've never played like that.
Only if we play against teams that are going to sit defensively, and we're going to come to the Wolves game. We're going to look after that. But trust me, the fact of the matter is, Bruno Fernandes would give us more options in that pressing. Even that kid from Ajax. Do you know that kid from Ajax, the Ziyech?
Ziyech, yeah.
Even him. Just get somebody to play in midfield, right? Who can offer a different option, who's a bit more quicker.
Yeah.
When we're missing Pogba through injury or suspension, we can have somebody who can be a creative spark in our team.
Yeah.
We don't have that. Andreas Pereira is going to try, but it's going to take time for him. He's going to have to be played 10 games in a row.
Yeah.
10 games in a row in his favourite position for him to play like that. Yeah, to get comfortable.
Exactly.
We haven't got that time. So Pogba was vital before. He's even more vital in our team.
Super important, and that's true, man. What is your take on, when these reports came out from Sky and different pundits saying that Pogba's a toxic guy for the dressing room, and we've seen the images yesterday that came out. Pogba having fun, Pogba laughing, smiling with his teammates. That's just a confirmation to me that this was just a media-driven agenda.
That's what I mean, man. This is Man United, man. For me, that's what I told Flex the other day. I told him, listen, yeah, when Paul Pogba went for a back injury, and he had a back injury, and that's why he didn't play for Cardiff, yeah? Any other player would have reported that and said, you know what, apparently Paul wants to leave.
No, never.
You know what I mean? Never. This is what I mean. There's a media agenda against Pogba for all to see. You know what I mean? You could clearly see it was enjoying himself in that training ground. Was there hostility? Was there, oh, do you know what, I'm not training? There's a smile on him. There's an embracement. And for me, that's what he wants to do. He just wants to enjoy his football. And people, when he decides he wants to leave, he'll leave on his own accord. But right now, let's just take a back foot from him. Let him enjoy his football. The guy's got 2 assists already. First game, 2 assists.
And he didn't play
And I
particularly
think he's
well.
going to get more. And I feel like this is going to be more of him this season. I think, you know what, man? 20, 25 assists this season. Because you know why? Because he'll be the main man. And he'll maybe take that ownership and say, listen, there's not much creativity around here. You know what? It's going to be to me, yeah? But other plan's going to be, you know what I mean, patient with him. Because at the end of the day, if he's the only person with the creativity and the mind to put the balls in there, then people got to realise, listen, if Pogba doesn't work out, this is the owner's fault. Because they haven't brought in Bruno Fernandes. They haven't brought in, a attacking player. So for me, the media bullshit needs to stop, man. We need to get in there and support this guy. This is our main man now. Let's be real out here. Pogba is the main man. And I feel like, you know, the media scrutiny has been unfair. And for me, I reckon 20 assists and about, I reckon the same, you know, maybe 10, 11 goals. If we could get that from him,
I feel like he's going to chip in with a lot of goals
I
this
think
season.
top 4, it's looking a bit, you know, good defence, and he can feed off the, the midfield and the strikers. Martial and Rashford could be having a field day, man.
Do you think this is going to be another like Ronaldo situation where they told him, look,
Definitely.
we're gonna let you we're gonna let you, but we want you to stay for another year.
Do you know what?
Give 1,000%, and then we're gonna give you your wish to go to wherever you want. Real Madrid in this case. Do you think this is another Ronaldo situation? Nudin saying definitely. What do you think?
I don't know if we can afford to lose him, because I think like the way United are going now and the way they're trying to make the team in the British core, you know what I mean, trying to identify one position each time. I don't even know they can get replace Pogba. They couldn't even get Bruno Fernandes in and to replace Herrera. So you're telling me they're going to replace Pogba? It's a no chance for me. So for me, I don't know, man. I'd be worried if we're selling Paul Pogba next season, because I feel like Ed Woodward will not find a caliber player. Because how long did it take?
Would you give him a new contract?
I'd give him a new contract. Why not?
Quinn can replace him.
Who's out there? Though? Who's out there? Tell me. Who is out there that does Paul Pogba what he does? Tell me.
That's what I mean. There isn't. So we'd have to get at least 2-3 midfielders to replace him. What do you think, Nudin? Do you think it's gonna? You said it's another Ronaldo situation. So
I can imagine Ole having that kind of conversation with him. I can imagine that, because once you've got your agent coming out, and obviously you try to read into the thing that obviously after the game he gave that interview to that French reporter, and he said the question mark is there. He said, I'm happy with my teammates. I'm happy when I'm always smiling. You know, when I'm enjoying when I'm enjoying my football. But for me, I think that I can imagine that conversation taking place, similar to that conversation, unless Pogba wants to be the top earner at United. Because he's the top guy at the end of the day, then you give him the money and just say, you know what, Paul, we don't want to hear anything out of you now, and we don't want to hear anything out of your agent. You're here now, you committed yourself, and if the Real Madrid want to come and bring that money, to me it's about that money. He's worth 100. Today's market, Paul Pogba's worth 150 mil.
At least,
right?
If
we're getting our money back on Lukaku, we've got to make a massive profit on Pogba. Let's not get it twisted, guys. Let's not get it twisted. So I can imagine that kind of conversation taking place with him and Solskjaer. Is either you sign another new contract, Paul, and then you become the highest earner, at this club. Because I think
saying so Sanchez.
Yeah, well, you know what, that could be happening. So that could be happening, or he would be leaving next season. But there is a lot of the rumours that are coming out of Real Madrid. There is a lot of unrest with Zidane. So at this moment in time, people are betting on saying Zidane might not be make it till January or even Christmas. There are a lot of things. There's a lot of uncertainty with Zidane and where Zidane's
people are saying the worst case scenario would be for Pogba to leave this summer to go to Real Madrid, Zidane to get sacked in January, and Real Madrid to appoint Mourinho. Imagine the scene. That would be.
Yeah, but for me though, sell Sanchez, get the wages off that. De Gea, Pogba, sort that out. De Gea, for me, I reckon has to be the biggest earner, because that's the only way he's going to stay for me. Then you get Pogba underneath that, just maybe about 20, 30 grand less. Sell Sanchez's wages. You got how much, 350k is he getting?
More.
Exactly, more.
Than that, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's getting that, and it's some free goals.
Over 400.
Exactly, so
What'd you say?
Sanchez.
After he gets the goal bonus, and when he starts, he gets the start bonus, doesn't he? So that's the reason why it's going to be really telling, right? So at the moment in time, if we're going by any indication what the lineup was on Sunday, the type of style of play, the only way Sanchez can fit in this team now is playing on the right or playing as that Lingard role. or on the right where Pereira was going out to.
Yeah.
So that's the only way he's going to get back in the team. Now, apparently, he might have a contract in his contract that he has to play on the left. Well, that I'm hearing murmurs just through Twitter and through other social media about the links to Roma and a big showdown with Oli. So if we can get rid of him, I think we need to bring somebody in, because I've looked at our strikers, I've even looked through the reserves. Then we've only got maybe a 16-year-old kid that can come in if, let's just say, Martial was to get injured, if Green was to get injured, a 16-year-old.
And you know Ollie's going to do that because
pressure.
he loves youth. Last question to both of you guys. Last question is, Paul Pogba, captain material, yes or no?
Of course, man. He's got the leadership qualities. You've seen it with France, man. If you want to see leadership qualities, watch that video half time. Or was it before the game? France in the World Cup, Euro final. Yeah. That needs more mention than that, because for me, you see it there, the leadership, the actual motivation he gave the players. For me, he's at the right age now. He's matured now. It's a footballer, you know what I mean, and he's at that right level now where if he can get that feeling of he's the leader now, you know what I mean, it could gas him up. He could say, you know what, man, I ain't gonna get that Real Madrid. I ain't gonna get that, because you got Modric and Ramos there that are dictators, man. They're It's a different type of feeling at Real Madrid, you know. Once you get that one bad game, the white flags are out, man. And you don't want them white flags, you know what I'm saying? You can have a bit of abuse, but the hankies, you know what I mean? You don't want them hankies, you know what I'm saying? That could ruin your career, man. I've seen players like that. You talk about Jovic, he's come to Real Madrid, yeah, and apparently they want to loan him out. They want to loan him out.
Madness.
It's mad.
Pogba, captain material, yes or no?
You know what? Captain material may be, but to me, if you're a captain material, I'll give you the roadmap to why Paul Pogba becomes the United captain. Get rid of the first thing he has to do. Get rid of that agent. That guy is taking the mick out of our club. We're nowhere a joke club. We already know that ourselves.
Lukaku got rid of him, so
right. So get rid of Riola. Make commitment. Sign a long-term contract with Man United. Then, when you've committed to the club and you're not going to be flirting with Real Madrid or Barcelona or anybody else, then you can be given it. Then you have to earn it. First, those two things has to be for me. That's the conditional. Yeah. For Paul Pogba to be captain, get rid of Riola, sign a long-term contract, and commit your future to Man United, because the least thing we want is getting bantered like that joke of a team like Arsenal, where their captain, how many years?
Doesn't even want to play.
Literally did not go on tour with them, right? And then went to his new club and
my God.
That's
why, listen, that's why Arsenal are forever. Banner FC. Don't at us, man. Listen. We don't get that our club. 10 years service and you're there flipping your shirt. And you know what is it? It's not even the new shirt, it's the old shirt, man. Yo, don't gas me, man. Arsenal banter club, man. Don't at me, man.
You know what? To me, that's one thing I do know, right? Regardless how bad things are going up with us, right? At Old Trafford, we're not signing any players. The reason that a player can do that is literally Herrera doing that. Herrera doing that to us. When he goes
I am so grateful. This has never happened to us.
To me, I think that's a joke. I'm thinking it must be a lookalike. I was thinking, is that his brother? Who's that?
No words as well. No words. Just took the shirt off, yo.
I just took it off and dashed it, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Man, that shit in the bin. You never know. It could be in the bin, bro. No, man.
That's what I'm saying to you. I need guarantees of whatever future captain of Man United. I need 100% commitment.
Well, if it's French, then we can't do it. That might be a French thing then. They're having to get a contract.
So anyway, listen, just before we go, I just want to quickly just say one word about the Wolves game. This is a massive test for us. We owe them a slap.
Because remember we went there last season, twice in the space of like 6-7 days, lost twice.
You know what? I know that Twitter will go uproar. I know that a lot of the millions following United throughout the world. Yo, shout out Ferner on Twitter, man. My guy got up 2:30 in Australia watching United.
Oh, yeah, I follow him as well.
2:30 in the morning. He has to go to work a couple of hours later,
That's
bro.
commitment, bro.
That is levels of commitment. But the checklist, I want United to go there, do exactly what they did to us. I want United to sit back
and just hit them on the
counter them. Yeah. Give them the ball.
Yeah.
Give them the ball, mate. One team I want to play whatever defensive tactics is against Wolves, because if they score first, we're dead. We have to score first, because when they come, we can hit them for 4 then. 4-0 FC's back, mate, after that.
Win the league.
All right, guys, thank you.
No, I don't know about that. Calm down, Saeed. I know you've been on holiday, you're gas, but calm down, lad.
All right, guys, thanks for joining me on this United Stand comeback, guys. you know what to do. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Share the video as well. Subscribe to the channel. We're chasing that million, man. Come on, man. We have to get to that
let me
million.
just say something. You know what? I had a work commitment, so I couldn't get out of it. But I was absolutely gutted that I couldn't be at the you know what I mean, half a mil.
Yeah.
At the half a mil party in London, man. I was gutted, but look like you were balling, boys.
We'll definitely have another opportunity to do.
Tell us about the Ryan Giggs. So the Ryan Giggs is.
So we'll have. I think Mark could tell you guys a bit more about it, but. So we're basically going to have a Q&A, I think, with Ryan Giggs.
Legend.
It's going to be in Birmingham. If you want to get the tickets, there's a special video about this. So if you just scroll down, you'll see the video. And all the details are explained by Mark in the video. Legend.
Can you imagine? He's going to walk in there with all the... He's going to be like this hunching because he's got that many winners' medals hanging off him, draping off him. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like just that amount of gold, you know what I mean? That's draping off him, man. That guy, legend, mate. Absolute legend.
Anyway, guys, make sure you check out the video about the Ryan Giggs evening. And until then, guys, we'll see you next week, same time, same place. Take care. Bye-bye.